I'm drawn on the line with undefeated Mykquan Williams, who will be facing Yeis Gabriel Solano January 20 on Showtime. Mykquan, thanks so much for coming on here. How does it feel to finally be here a week before your first fight in more than a year?
Thanks for having me, and it feels good, man. I'm excited. We train extremely hard, and I'm just ready to get in there and put on the performance.
I know you had a fight scheduled not so long ago in Cancun that kind of got canned almost at the last second. And, how frustrating has it been for you to wait so long to get back into the ring? Did you feel like throughout this pandemic, you kind of had to learn a lot about yourself as far as, patience is concerned, or just about anything really that, that you've had to deal with sitting at home and training at the gym nonstop during the pandemic?
Oh, yeah, I feel like patience is very important, especially the last, 13 months. But as far as the Cancun fight, I was very frustrated because it was literally days before we were going to fly out or fly down there, excuse me. So I was real frustrated. We were pretty much just wrapping up training camp to head down, and, we got hit with the call that it got canceled. But shortly after, we got this opportunity, so I guess it worked out well.
Yeah, I mean, it is, sometimes, a door is closed and another one opens, and really it's a bigger opportunity, a bigger door, I would say, being on Showtime and kicking off Showtime's 2021. I know there's the Angelo Leo-Stephen Fulton fight a few days later, but you guys are going to be fighting first. How much are you relishing that opportunity to be the guy that's going to kick off Showtime's slate of boxing for 2021?
To be honest, I didn't even think about it like that. I did not even think about it like that. But yeah, it's a great opportunity. I'm very grateful. I appreciate everyone that played a part in getting this opportunity for me, and I'm looking to go out there next week and take full advantage of it. We're staying focused, and we're just ready to go out there and perform.
Your last fight against Tre'Sean Wiggins, it ended in a draw, and I wonder, did you sort of take anything away from that fight? Something that kind of got you to think about and it made you kind of work towards improving throughout the year that you've been waiting to finally get the fight in?
Well, with that fight, I feel like I didn't really do anything wrong. Like I fought the right fight. That the game plan was he was a tall lefty. Obviously to go inside, get inside, break his body down, shoot the straight right and left hook. Obviously that's like the two main punches to fight at southpaw. So I don't think I really did anything wrong as far as the game plan. I don't know what the judges are looking at or watching. But yeah, definitely that draw definitely pushes me to go out there next week and to make a bigger statement and a big statement, just because of the decision, and my opponent next week is a lefty as well. So I'm pretty sure that some people might have questions about me fighting lefties now and things like that, but that doesn't really we're prepared for whatever.
Speaking of your next opponent and Yeis Gabriel Solano, he's a lefty. Resume-wise, maybe not the most impressive-looking one on paper, but he is unbeaten. What are your thoughts on your next opponent, Yeis Gabriel Solano?
No, I feel like he's definitely a solid opponent. Definitely a step up for us. I feel like that this fight really showcased a lot of my skills, and just with this victory, it will push us up in the ladder and open a lot of eyes and doors.
Is it hard or harder, I should say, having to prepare fights like these when, it's you're going to be fighting on national television. It's against a guy that, I'm assuming there might not be a ton of tape off, compared to guys who are probably more well-known here in the States. Is it harder to sort of prepare for those kinds of fights because of the unknown factor to these opponents?
Depends, man. I feel like in this case, no. I feel like we're prepared for whatever, for anything. I feel like maybe not showing too much tape is a good thing and it'll work in our favor. But I feel like my ability to adjust in the ring will definitely help me out if need be. But I feel like his last performance, or last fight, excuse me, is up. Not saying that he's gonna fight the same way or anything like that, because styles make fights and I'm a completely different opponent than his last. But I feel like we watched enough on him to prepare correctly for this fight.
This is fair. Yeah. I mean, I can certainly understand that viewpoint. Obviously your primary focus is getting the W on January 20. But as far as 2021 is concerned, what are exactly your goals? Is it just to sort of get back in the saddle and just fight more often after having not fought in 2020? Is it, getting more fights on a stage like Showbox and Showtime? Do you have anything sort of written down or set out for this year?
Yeah, not really, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how the COVID is gonna, how it's gonna keep going. It's still not done with, obviously. So right now, I think the best thing to do for us is just take it fight at a time. Be patient, like we've been. It's been 14 months since I've been back in the ring, so patience is definitely something that is something that we worked on, you can say, that we have. But yeah, man, I feel like if everything was normal, I feel like last year probably would have been a huge year for me.
Mm-hmm.
But if this one isn't, then we still have time. We're still young, and we're just gonna take it fight at a time. Just make the best and smartest decisions for my career.
Speaking of patience, you and Yeis Gabriel Solano, you guys combined have not fought in almost like 3 calendar years. I mean, neither of you guys fought in 2020. Do you expect those opening rounds to be more of a feeling out type of thing, sort of maybe get the rust off for both of you, really, given, it's been so long since you guys last fought? Or do you kind of expect this fight to kind of go straight into a slugfest?
No, I mean, I'm not really the type of fighter to go out there and just start slugging anyways, but I feel like with any opponent, I feel like I go out there the first couple rounds and fill them out. As far as the ring rust, I feel like we've done our part in the gym to prevent anything like that. Not saying there isn't going to be any, but we've done our part. We sparred countless rounds with several different people, and I can tell you that, yeah, the first couple rounds on my end, I feel like it's going to be filling them out, trying to figure them out, and then from there on, we'll start to place our shots and open up more as the rounds go on.
You've mentioned, working on patience and learning more about it throughout 2020 because of the pandemic. Was there anything else that you kind of took time, to work on, or even just kind of enjoy yourself as far as maybe doing stuff that you normally wouldn't have time for because you're always training for a fight? During the pandemic, I remember, Angelo Leo, he told me he got back into drawing and painting because of all the free time he had in the pandemic. Did you kind of had something similar where you sort of picked up something, a hobby, or did anything fun while you were waiting for that call to fight?
Not really. As far as a hobby, not really, man. All I really do is just train. I'm not at work and training. If I'm not training, I'm home. I don't really do too much in general. And I started making some homemade chili. That's great.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but other than that, man, I didn't really pick anything up or as a new hobby or anything like that. It's basically just the same, boxing and home and just trying to stay as safe as possible.
Couple of questions, before I let you go. I know obviously last year your trainer Paul Cichon, he tested positive for COVID. What was it like having to watch your trainer, a guy whom you've considered, a father figure who's been with you for most of your life, kind of go through this?
It was strange and scary, man. I would talk to him sometimes on the phone, a couple times, and he would just sound like real tired and like down. You know what I mean? He lost, I think, 30 pounds in like 2 weeks from it.
Wow.
So he really, it hit him hard. But you know, thank God he got through it, things like that. But yeah, it was strange, man. So, what's the term? So close to home. Like it was right, you know, someone I'm with pretty much every day, 5-6 days a week, if not. So it was difficult as far as him going through the COVID and things like that. But man, like I said, I'm just happy he got through it. Happy he made it through, and you know that's put behind us now, so we really don't have to worry about it.
You know, it's one thing that I like talking with fighters sometimes is kind of, I guess, their motivation and their reason for fighting nowadays. I wanted to ask you, Dad, you know, now as we're opening 2021 and you got a big fight on Showtime, what are in your words, kind of your reason for fighting nowadays and reasons to be a pro boxer?
I feel like my reasonings haven't changed as far as, you know, just really just becoming the best boxer I can be. Obviously, you know, everyone wants to be the best. Everyone wants to, you know, be a household name. But in all reality, we can just really be the best boxer that we can possibly become. Surround ourselves with great people, whether it's our team or just friends or anything like that. One of my main things is also, you know, providing for my family. When I get to a certain point, I want to be able to do that. But I feel like my reasonings have remained the same about the whole COVID and things like that, as well. So, yeah.
I think that's a pretty good reason in my opinion. You know, lastly, do you have a prediction for your fight against Yeis Gabriel Solano on January 20?
The only prediction I really have is just being victorious. I don't really have any specific way, you know, whatever way, whatever it takes to be victorious, you know, that's what we'll do. But other than that, that's really it.
Short, simple, straight to the point. I like it. Mykquan, thanks so much for taking time to talk to me. Best of luck in your career and in your fight against Yeis Gabriel Solano, January 20 on Showtime. Looking forward to seeing you in the ring.
Thank you. Appreciate your time, man.